Quick message to all our viewers before we get started on today's video. It has come to our attention that over 90% of our regular viewers are not subscribed to the channel. We request you to please click the subscribe button and also the bell icon so that you can be notified when the next video from Mythloke is out. The bigger the channel gets, the better the quality of videos that we do for you also gets. So please help us make some amazing videos by supporting the channel and clicking that subscribe button. Thank you. Now over to the video. Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Mythloke with your host Nitin Nair. In our past couple of episodes, we have been spending quite a bit of time in North and South America, going through Native American and Mesoamerican mythologies from different regions and different tribes and different cultures. And we've realized that it's high time that we moved from North America and Mesoamerica into Europe, and more specifically the Scandinavian region, which is the home of one of the most popular mythologies in the world today, Norse mythology. In the past, we have looked at Norse gods and creatures, and we decided to look at a different kind of hybrid in this episode. One which has not gained massive popularity, but is still an intrinsic part of Norse mythology. This is none other than the Norse troll, the Huldra. In Scandinavian and Germanic folklore, the Huldra are beautiful creatures that live in seductive forests. Their name, which literally means covered, is believed to be due to the way they try to hide their mystical nature. In most folktales, the Huldra were only interested in sex and dancing. Even these stories have unhappy endings, as the men would later grow mad because they spent too much time with the Huldra or the elven people. Most Norse folklore refer to the Huldra as a type of Ra, which literally means nature's keepers. The Hafsru or aquatic Siora are considered to be the ancestors of the mermaid myth, and they are related to the Huldra. Following the adoption of Christianity in Scandinavia and Germany, a new origin myth about the Huldra emerged. It states that God once owned a cottage, but he only had time to wash half his children. A woman was said to have tried to hide her children, but God saw them and decided they were not human. The children were then called Huldras. All across Germany and Scandinavia, there is a common belief that the Huldra are beautiful blonde women who wander around human settlements. Tall and slender with long golden hair and a crown made of flowers, these women are known to appear in front of lone young men. Huldras are different from human women in that they have hollow backs or tails that stick out from their robes or dresses. The Huldras try to hide their tail when they are performing their tricks, but in most myths, young men are given the opportunity to react to it. Huldras who have lost their hollow back and tail would often dance a rune dance. In the mornings, you would often see what looks like a witch circle in the forest or near swamps. These beautiful women were known to live in areas affected by moss, and that they were often seen wearing white clothes and having blonde hair. They would dance on top of burial mounds during thick mist. The Danish version of the Huldra is missing its cow tail and hollow back due to the various folk tales that have been told about them. There are only a few places where you can find this characteristic in the lore. In Sweden, the Huldra are called Skogsra, Talemaha, or the Pine Tree Mary, and in folk tales, the Ulda is referred to as a forest spirit. Male Huldras are also known as Huldrakal, and in some Norwegian folk tales, they are referred to as male forest dwellers. While the Huldra are beautiful seductresses, the Huldrakal are ugly. They are also commonly referred to as Hulda. In some folk tales, the Huldra are friendly and can offer advice on where to find the best fishing spots. However, in others they are dangerous and attract men by their appearance and singing. These fair-haired beauties are known to lure men into the woods by playing the harp or singing. Huldras are known to punish their betrayed victims severely. They help to set limits, make enemies, and give valuable gifts. The way they react to people is influenced by how they are treated. If you treat a Huldra with respect, she will give you the same response. If a human man saw the Huldras dance, he would be instantly hypnotized into joining them. The girl would then dance to death as their partner slows down, while the man would only have a few hours. If the Huldra decided to kidnap a human, they would use the human for sex. Those who had sex with the elves would most likely become mentally ill or die. Although the Huldra are not widely represented in modern culture, their variants such as the witches and elves are very popular in fantasy literature and video games. There are also interpretations of the myth in various forms. In 2016, a horror film called Huldra, Lady of the Forest was released in Norway. Also in the US and Norway, several metal and folk bands have been known to use the name Huldra. Some works of fiction such as C.S. Lewis's The Silver Chain and Neil Gaiman's short story Monarch of the Glen feature the Huldra. Frank Beddore's Seed Red and George MacDonald's Fantasies and Trolls feature variants of the Huldra myth. The Huldra have several characteristics that are similar to what we see from different characters around the world, including that of a seductress like a mermaid, characters who end up inflicting harm to the mortal human beings, and various other elements like a devil's tail and a hollowed back, etc. We will be looking at a lot more similar characters in the days to come, not only from Norse mythology, but from other mythologies from around the world as well. Until then, drop us a like, a subscribe, a comment, let us know your feedback, or tell us what character you would like us to feature in the days to come, and we would be more than happy to oblige our listeners and viewers. This is your host Nitin Nair signing out by reminding you once again that Mythlok is the home of mythology.